Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about how to launch, grow, and market your business. So basically, these are a couple different rules that I live by when I think about how to start a new business. There are things that I did for my very first business back in 2011, as well as the subsequent 5 businesses I've launched since then. They're the same rules that I apply to all of my clients when we try to help them grow their business. And I also apply these rules to different partnerships I've worked on, and I see them in practice with people that are successful. So these things are basically things that I think of that are requirements that have to happen when you're really starting out with a business. So whether you're still thinking about it, or you just launched it, or you've been doing it for a while but you're not where you want to be, take a minute to think about these 3 different things to make sure that you really are able to not just launch the business, but grow it and effectively market it, right? And the 3 things are basically you have to have a plan. Before you launch a business, you have to have a plan, right? To grow your business, you have to be profitable. Some people, they can grow their business without making a profit, but that's not going to be sustainable, right? Your business growth is all about making sure that you keep increasing profits. And there's a lot of actual work that goes into this beyond just what's the balance sheet at the end of the day. I'll talk about some of the things that I've done to be successful and some of the tips that I have for you about how to make sure you maximize profits. And the third one is when you market your business, you got to think about what it is you're trying to sell, who you're trying to sell to, and build an entire marketing plan around knowing your customer, knowing their pain points, and knowing what you can do to help solve for that trouble, right? So your marketing plan should come out of solving the problem for the customer. And it's a mistake a lot of us make. We market whatever we think is cool, whatever we think is going to be engaging, but we're not actually going to have much success at our marketing if we're not really solving problems. We're not going to make a lot of money if we don't build systems that allow us to increase our ability to handle more and more complex things to make more money. And we're not going to be able to get started and be successful very, very often if we don't have a good plan. So that's what we'll talk about real quickly today. This is my experience. I had my first business back in 2011, like I mentioned, and it failed. So I'm going to talk to you about what caused it to fail and why it failed and where I went wrong and the lessons I learned so that it went right the next 5 times, right? So I spent 15 years in corporate America after working as a college teacher for 5 years. I have a very different background, which most entrepreneurs do. Very few entrepreneurs have a entrepreneurial background, right? They do things that lead them to different points in their life where they decide, okay, I need to set up my own business to do my own thing. And for me, my driving factor was the fact that I know as a nerd, as a data guy, as somebody who understands the intricacies of the global economy and being able to figure out how to move things around and using technology and using virtual staffing to do it, that nerds make more money, right? So that's my, reason for existing. And when I first planned my own business, it took me a while to get my first business plan. And if you Google business plan template, you're going to find any number of templates. And you know what? For my money, none of them are great. None of them are horrible. You just find something to give you structure. You really don't have to have these things in every business plan and these things in every business plan. They should be whatever makes sense in your case, but you have to start planning. The whole exercise of thinking strategically, of forcing you to boil down what you're going to do into a few bullet points, of being able to make things succinct so that you can share them and explain them. That's where a business plan really has value. It helps you define your customer base, right? It helps you figure out what you're going to actually accomplish. And to do this, you want to study, you want to figure out what your core values are, you want to look at the competition, see what the competitors are doing. I mean, some businesses dive right into competitive markets and some shy away from them. There's no right or wrong. The only wrong thing you can do when it comes to launching a business is not building some type of written business plan that forces you to think about the strategy that you'll need to use to put your business into a point where it can be successful. Now, they won't always be successful. I mentioned before, my first business failed after a year. I burned through a lot of money. I had a lot of fun. I did a lot of great things. I learned a lot of lessons, but the business, basically, I just decided, it wasn't going to work, so I had to let it go. And relaunch a new one, right? A new and improved, better model. But when I launched my second business, my plan was much more sound because I learned from my first one and so forth. Each business I've launched since then, as I wrote a business plan for that business, I could draw on my experiences. But I had to start originally with a business plan. So understanding the competition, knowing your core values, understanding your customer, how are you going to make money, what are your financials? There's so many things that have to be in a good business plan, but none of them matter if you don't get the plan started. So the next thing is to maximize your profits, right? Business is about making money, right? So you have to figure out what will drive your profit, right? Will it be the price? Will it be the cost to create something or deliver something? Will it be the volume? Are you going to have to go big to be able to make money? And then what are your operational expenses? What does it cost for you to live, right? All these things have to factor into your profit calculations. Most people just think they're doing well if they have extra money in the bank account. And that's not the way to go. You have to be much more, for lack of a better word, scientific or economical about your profits, right? So you start with finding people that can help you fill your vision, help you fill your niche, help you figure out how to fill up what you're doing with your time and able to do things that allow other people to help you, but take things away from you, right? You want to delegate, you want to outsource, you want to automate, you want to do things that free you up to maximize your time to really figure out what you do best. This is a essential part of profit maximization or optimization. You want to lower your cost to produce or deliver something. That should always be a highly motivating factor in everything you do. If I do this action, if I buy this thing, if I go to this place, if I speak at this event, if I write this book, will it lower or will it increase my cost? Something to really think about. How are you really going to measure? What metrics are you going to use to be able to understand if you really are profitable? Once you get that down, then you're going to start seeing how to make money. Part of the reasons why my first business failed is I didn't understand, even though I had all this data background and worked for a bank for 15 years, you think I would understand how to really spend money, but I didn't. I had to learn the hard way how to really maximize my profits and what that really means. So spend some time studying and thinking about it, right? And the last thing I'll say is try as much as possible to do it from money you can create, right? Use the money you create to fund what you grow. Going into debt to launch a business really put your hand behind your back. Now, some people will say, oh, you have to use debt and it's the best way to go. That's not my experience. My experience is if you want to be able to do things, you want to be able to do them so that they're funded in a way that if you lose, you don't lose everything. And you don't owe people a lot of money. I've been lucky. I've never been in a situation where I've owed a lot of money for my business. And that's something I'm pretty proud of. Now, some people will say, oh, yeah, but take advantage of credit. It's cheap. It's easy. It's this and this. In your case, it may be, right? But my word of advice when it comes to profitization is don't rely too much on other people's money. Rely on money you can create yourself. Now, the third area I wanted to mention real quick is marketing, right? So we always think of marketing as the images, as the slogans, as the logos, as the mottos that we see. And all that stuff is cool, and some of them are catchy, and a lot of them we remember, but they should all have one purpose. They should all drive business to you. Marketing is all about getting attention, getting people to, once they notice you, take action and do something that forces them to purchase, to buy, to invest in what you're doing, right? So you want to focus on building funnels. There are so many experts out there that talk about sales funnels and marketing funnels and all this kind of stuff. Bottom line is, however you market, it should always be with the mindset of trying to either acquire new customers or to get more out of existing customers. And everything you do in your marketing is built around that. It's built around the sales process. The greatest marketing in the world doesn't work if you actually can't sell, right? So basically, you want to have great service. You want to make sure you have the importance of your customer first. You want to have a good advertising plan. You want to be considered a thought leader. You want to have all these things happen, but they won't work if you don't have a way to capture attention, get their lead information, right? Get their contact information, give them an option where they can make a choice. And when they make a choice, that choice leads them to buy something or purchase something from you. And then once they do that, you fulfill it, and then you do it again and again. You get referrals, you different things like that. But basically, you want to think of how do you take all the people out there and funnel them down to the ones that are going to be your customers? How do you build all your marketing around that? So this is a high-level talk, right? I talked about three things, very high level: how to make sure that you launch your business by having a good plan, how you grow your business by really focusing on profit optimization and maximizing the money you make. And marketing's all about funneling. Marketing's all about making sure that you are driving people to a course of action. Yes, you can do some marketing that's just for general marketing or subliminal marketing or long-term marketing. I mean, whatever you want to call it. Bottom line, though, is most of us need to make money, and you make money by driving people to a course of action that they buy from you, is what happens, right? So have a plan. Figure out how to optimize your profit so that money you're making is the most you could possibly be making, and figure out how to funnel people through your marketing. You do those three things, you're going to be successful. So when you launch, grow, and market your business, think about that. That's really what I do well. I do that with my clients. I do that with my team to help them understand how to help our clients. We do a lot for our clients. Sonic VA has virtual assistants where we can help you focus on what you do best and hire for all the rest, right? So whatever it is that keeps you busy, we can peel those things away. We can do them for you to free you up so that you can really execute the key parts of the plan, that you can spend more of your time understanding the ins and outs and intricacies of how to make money, how to build up a profit machine, and most importantly, to how to really have strategic marketing, how to think about how to really get people to take action based on your message. That's where your mind should be. Your mind should not be on actually making the videos themselves. Your mind shouldn't be on promoting your book. Your mind shouldn't be on managing your LinkedIn account. Your mind shouldn't be on creating a content calendar. It shouldn't be on a newsletter or email campaigns or data entry into your CRM. All that stuff, let a VA do. So you can focus on the big ones, right? You want to focus on how to launch, grow, and market your business. So that's my talk for today. If you want to know more, you can either drop us a comment below, or you can go to sonicva.com. It's sonicva.com. Send us a message. Tell us what are the things that you think you may want to delegate, you want to outsource to a VA, so that it can free you up so you can spend more of your mental time, more of your precious intellectual property focused on the launching of a business or growing your business or marketing your business, where you are the one leading and other people are the ones executing. So again, thank you for your time. Now I hope that this helped and you will go out and have a wonderful day.